Hey guys, welcome back to Bonita Lifestyle Podcast. Hey guys, what is up? What is up? I am doing good. Finally. Remember I told you guys about that I was doing the 75 hard and I wasn't gonna drink coffee. Well, I've been going through it. That's why I couldn't post. Um, well, I'm recording this week, but I'm posting it on Monday. But yeah, I couldn't record earlier in the week because I was like, I couldn't even think. My head was freaking about to fall off. I was like, oh my God. And I'm drinking, like, instead of coffee. I mean, I don't know the difference between coffee and like energy drinks that contain caffeine. I'm guessing that coffee is stronger than those kind of drinks because my God, I was going through it. My head was hurting. I was extremely tired, like sleepy all day, even though I was drinking like energy drinks, like bad, like so bad. I was like, and let me tell you, like I have not drink coffee for more than 2 days, max 2 days, and then I go back again, even though I drink my energy drinks or whatever, like, and I was going through it. And also, like, I haven't stopped drinking coffee since I became a coffee drinker, which was like a few years ago. I'm not that old, but I started drinking coffee like in my 20s, early 20s. Like I was never a coffee drinker until like in my 20s. And I remember, oh yeah, when McDonald's came out with their iced coffees, that's when I became addicted. I was like, hell yeah, I love coffee now. Like iced coffees were my thing, and they still are. But dudes, like, my God, I was going through it. And so then I was like, why do I feel like this? I can't even think right. I'm tired, like moody and everything. So then I'm like, I went to ChatGPT and I'm like, okay, what are the symptoms? What are, like, how many days am I gonna feel like this? Because I feel like shit. Like, I can't take this anymore. And I was so close to breaking. I was so close to like going back to my coffee, and I was like, no. Like, it's been 10 days. No, but by the time I started feeling like shit, it was 12 days. 12 days in the 75 hard, which is the same days that I have without drinking coffee. So I was like, no. Like, I'm not gonna quit. Like, I have to push through. So then that's why I was like, okay, let me search what are the symptoms and how long this is gonna take, because I can't take it no more. And so yeah, sure enough, I asked ChatGPT, and he was like, the withdrawals are gonna be it's not recommended to like leave it like cold turkey, like stop drinking coffee cold turkey, unless like you're in a challenge or something. But I was like, I'm in a challenge, so I'm not gonna like go easy on it, because I'm still like drinking energy drinks which contain caffeine, but I guess it's not the same as coffee. I don't know the difference, honestly, between the caffeine in coffee and the caffeine in energy drinks. I thought it was the same, but it's not, because I was going through like the worst. I felt like my head was gonna fall off. And so then Chad was like saying that it takes about, I believe, 12 to 16 days to like kind of start feeling better. But the what's it called, the symptoms are foggy. You're gonna feel foggy, extremely tired, moody, and I forgot what else. But I was like, oh my God, I'm feeling it all, especially the brain fog. The brain fog was the one that had me most like freaking out, because I was like, what's wrong with me? Like, like I don't feel okay. Like my head is weird. Like I don't feel okay. I can't even think right. Like I'm like, I can't believe like this is probably from not drinking caffeine, like coffee. And I was like, oh my God, like what have I done to myself for drinking coffee? Now like I'm going through like this, and I'm like, like what am I doing to myself? But I was like, no, like I need to push through. So yeah, it says that like it takes about like 12 to 16 days for it to like really like start wearing off, and you're gonna start feeling like your natural energy come in instead of, from coffee. But yeah, dudes, I was so tired all day, like bad, and I felt moody, and I felt like like I was like nah, I just wasn't feeling myself. So yeah, guys, if you guys decide to stop drinking coffee, that's what's gonna happen. Just a heads up, you're gonna feel brain fog, moody, and extremely tired. But if you guys are really willing to go through it, I do recommend it, because I feel like, especially if you guys are coffee drinkers and like you guys haven't like stopped drinking coffee for years, dudes, like I would even sometimes do 2 coffees a day, and I'm like, God, like going from a coffee every day to sometimes going 2 coffees a day to 0 coffee, Jesus Christ. I was dying. But finally, today's day 17. And yes, day 17 of 75 hard, and also with no coffee. And I'm finally starting to feel better. Finally, I'm starting to feel like myself, like with more energy. And yeah. So yeah, anyways, that was my story, my struggles for this week. That was my oh my God. But yeah, it's funny now that I think about it, but it wasn't funny in the moment. I was dying, guys. But yeah, today I wanted to share with you guys something that I learned recently, and I feel like this is something that's gonna help you guys a lot as well, because we all do it. We all do this that I'm gonna share with you guys. We all do it, and we've all done it at one point. And like I've always said, and I've heard somewhere, I don't know where, that we can't change what we're not aware of. Like we have so many things to change, but if somebody, or like if we're not aware of what that is, or if we don't, like if we think we don't have a problem with ourselves, we're not willing to fix anything, because we're like, oh no, like I'm good, like I don't need help, like blah blah, And in reality, we all have something to change. We all have things that we could better. We all have, defectos, que cambiar, que mejorar. And so that's why today I wanted to share this, that I recently learned in one of Lewis House episodes with Brendon Burchard. I don't know if I'm pronouncing it right, but yeah. He talks a lot of like really good stuff. That man, Brendon Burchard, I didn't even know he existed. I didn't even know he had books. I didn't even know he was a billionaire, but he has like 6 books out there and everything, like #1 on everywhere. And I was like, okay, like I think I want to read his books now. After he said this, like I heard this podcast with him and Lewis, and I was like, all right. So he uses this technique called ZAP. Okay, so ZAP, he says it basically what it stands for, like it's an acronym for him, like to remind himself and stuff. And for us, like it's important for humanity to have this on hand, because it's true. He says how, like, when we like encounter a problem, when we go through something difficult, when we like anything, like problems, like what do? We zoom into it. So the Z for the zap means zoom in. So what do? Like we have a problem, we zoom in on it. Somebody made fun of us, we zoom in on it. Somebody broke our hearts, we zoom in on it. Or somebody looked at us the wrong way, what do? We zoom on it. And I'm like, dang, like that's so true. Like our brains like normally go to like the problem, like, oh, like why this is happening or this and that, and instead of, like he said, instead of us zooming in and what can I learn from this, zooming in on possibilities, on, you know, bettering ourselves, we zoom in on the problem, we zoom in on the insecurity, we zoom in on the fear, on the whatever's holding us back, and we use that, and instead of learning, we paralyze ourselves, we stop ourselves, we use like any obstacle to stop instead of keep going. Like, and it's true, like why stop like in the fear, or why stop in the insecurity instead of processing it and moving forward, learning from it? And I'm like, okay, that's true. And then the A, he says, and then what do we do after we zoom in on it? We attach our identity to the problem, to the attack, to the whatever made us feel wrong, or on the failure. We attach our identity to the failure, to the mistake, to the all those things, right? And I'm like, dang, like that's so true. Like and it made sense, because I'm like, I've been doing that all my life. Like in the past, like now I see problems different, but how he said it like made me to realize like shit, like I've been doing that all my life too. Like always zooming in on the problem, on the failure, on the mistake, on the insecurity, on the person that did me wrong, on the this, on the that, instead of zooming in on, okay, what can I learn from this? How can I overcome this? Or zoom in on possibilities, like, you know what, okay, this sucks, but there's something on the other side of this. Like I'm not stuck, I'm not a failure just because of this. And then we attach our identities, right? And it's like, dang, like that's so true, because like for so long I did that. Like for the longest, I didn't realize until he put it in those words that I came to the realization that like how I put my identity in my failures, and my marriage that didn't work out. I put all my identity and my worth on all those things, and I felt like a failure, like not worthy, because all of those things, instead of growing from it, instead of learning from it, instead of seeing the solution, like I was focusing on oh, I'm stuck here, like this happened to me. And it's like another thing he said too, like bad things happen to everybody, not just you. You're not the only one. There's 8 billion people in the world, and everyone has gone through a breakup, a failure, a mistake, a setback, like somebody that passed away in their family, like all those like hard things that we go through. Like we're not the only ones. And I was like, dang, that's true. Like we isolate ourselves so much when we go through something hard, that we think like we're the only ones going through it. Or like when somebody else says like something about their life that they have, we always want to be like, oh yeah, I've been through worse, or like this and that, instead of like having compassion for the other person and being like, oh, like, I'm sorry you're going through that, you know, I hope things get better, without having to prove that, oh, like our shit was even worse or whatever. I feel like practicing compassion with others is very important, because normally we try to minimize what other people are going through, because we want to make our problems like, oh, like mine's worse than yours, like yours is nothing, like compared to this or that. But you know what, like having compassion for one another and remembering that we're not the only ones going through stuff, could go a long way. And then the P for the acronym of SAP, he said, and what do we do next? We punish ourselves. We punish ourselves and we neglect ourselves, and we punish ourselves from anything good coming in our lives, because we think, oh no, like I'm a failure, like I don't deserve this, or I don't deserve that. So that's when like we start attaching our worth to like our failures, our problems, our, because this person did that or this, and now like we feel like we have to punish ourselves for, because we think like, oh, like I'm probably a bad person because this happened to me. And no, it's like remembering that bad things happen to all of us, and it's part of life for us to learn and grow. It's just like, it's a process, and it's a learning experience for all of us to like remember and realize that we all go through hard things, not just one person, not just the bad ones or the good people, like good and bad, like good people and bad people go through a lot of stuff. And yeah, like, but obviously I do feel like also that, I mean, if we work on ourselves to become better humans, to be better around people, I feel like we do attract better also. But it doesn't mean that we're not gonna go through like hardship or failure, or or somebody's gonna look at us wrong, and then like those things could still happen, but it doesn't mean that that's who we are. Like who we are in those moments is actually the way we react to those moments. It's like, okay, like, are you like keeping score on people, like, oh well, you did this and this, so one day I'm gonna get back at you. And it's like that mindset is just a waste of energy, guys. A waste of energy to think that always just holding shit against people, especially our loved ones. Like, I see this a lot in relationships. It's like, oh, well, you did this and you didn't do this, so it's payback. Or remember you did this and blah, blah, blah. And then that's why I did that now. That's payback. And it's like, it's a waste of energy. And in reality, like, we hurt ourselves more by doing that than the other person. I mean, obviously the other person too, but it's like, why live like that? Why keep holding grudges? Why keep holding shit against people? Things don't get better that way. They don't. And I really encourage you guys to start switching your mindset around that. Like, all right, like, unfair things happen to all of us, and to even the nicest person in the world. It happens to all of us, but it's our reaction and who we are in those moments that identify us. That's what really identifies us, like how we react. Are we bitter? Are we sour? Are we, ugly people when things like that happen to us? Or do we decide to grow and be better humans, like see things different? And yes, it's hard in the moment, but and it's not always like, oh, like, why do I always have to be the bigger person or this and that. It's not even about that too. Like, a lot of people have that mindset too, like, oh, why do I always have to like be the nice one around this? And sometimes, you know what, what it takes is us to remove ourselves from certain relationships, certain people. It really does take sometimes that, because it's like tolerating things we're not okay with is not okay either. Like, or having to deal with something that, like, a person that, they just keep putting you down. That's a whole different story, where it's like, you know what, like, you have to set healthy boundaries and be like, you know what, I'm not gonna put up with this no more. This is not serving me. I'm moving on. Like, I can't be with this person no more. And it's hard when it's like a relative or somebody from the family like that. But sometimes you have to love them from far away. Sometimes it does come to that, and it's okay. Sometimes we do have to, like, protect our peace and all that stuff. But it doesn't mean to the point where like, oh, like I'm never gonna see this person again because like I don't want to get hurt, I don't want to get, upset. It's like learning to deal with people like that, because people like that are everywhere. Just like there's also good people, but like encountering, like being better at basically solving problems, it's what helps us like get through stuff. Because if we're always running away from hard situations, hard to get along people, or hardship, like the more we attract it, honestly, because it's like you're just trying to go the easy route in your life, always avoiding, and that's not the way to live either. So yeah, I just wanted to share that, guys. I really don't have too much to talk about today. I'm thinking on the next episode I will talk a little bit more on not talk a little bit more, but like share my story of how I became a single mom, and like what I went through, and like what I learned, and how was my mindset back then to like how I dealt with it. Basically, like I want to share with you guys how I dealt with like going through a breakup, and yeah, so that's all I got for you guys today. I didn't want to like not post, but I did wanted to share this one little thing that I learned, and I hope you guys, I hope it helps you guys. So remember, it's called ZAP. We zoom, we attach, and we punish ourselves. That's we zap ourselves. Like when we encounter a problem, what we do is that we zap ourselves. So let's try to focus more on the solution. Zoom into the solution, zoom into the like, what can I learn from this, instead of seeing the bad. And let's remember not to attach our identities to those situations. And I say we because I'm also learning. Like I said, everything I talk to you guys about, it's also things I'm learning to process, to apply in my life, because it's true. And this also helps me like to share with my kids. I'm like, all right, like I found a new tool that we could use when certain things in life happen, like and I, like I said, like we can't change what we're not aware of. So being aware of like, okay, like I've done that, it gives you the power to like, okay, like I could change this, because now I'm aware that I've been doing this all my life. So like, let me switch it up. Now that I realize this, like, let me switch it up. Let me, grow from this and see life a little bit more different. Because like now I understand too, like when they say perspective is everything, the way you see life, being good or bad, if you only focus on the bad, then you're only gonna experience the bad shit. But if you see life like, okay, like even bad situations are good, as painful as some can be, it's good, it's happening for our good, because God has something better ahead for us. When we start switching to that mindset, like life does change for the better, because we're focusing on, okay, like this sucks, but okay, like there's something there for me, like there's a blessing in disguise in there for me, and I just have to learn and grow from this and ride the waves. Like most of the time it's like we have to learn how to ride the painful waves of life and move forward, push forward, as hard as it is sometimes. And yeah, like you get stronger as you go through those things, as we go through those things, because I'm a human and we all go through these things, right? So yep, guys, Well, hope this helps you guys in some way, and stay tuned for the next episode. We're gonna have a little story time of my breakup and what I went through. All right, guys. Well, thank you guys for tuning in. Until next time. Bye.